And also I'm going to leave here. Last time I hung out with you guys a little bit longer, but I'm supposed to meet this person like at 8:15, so I'm gonna hop out of here pretty soon. But that doesn't mean we're not going to drop a bunch of value, and I'm going to do what I can to answer any questions you guys have. So first of all, let me know. Just give me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me clearly. There is I bought this fancy microphone for you guys, but sometimes it switches to the microphone on the video thing, which is all blurry and messed up. So I just want to make sure that it's coming clear. There shouldn't be. It should sound pretty clear. One from George, Dan, Jim. All right, cool. If it's ever blurry, guys, just let me know. Sometimes it automatically switches. I don't know. I don't have all the answers to a lot of things, guys. I just kind of try to keep moving forward. All right, so what we're going to do today is Michael had a text conversation break that he posted. I definitely want to go over that. Then Chris Kripe asked a question about how do you get VAs to get your ads to stick. We're going to talk about that. And then, of course, Mr. Josh asked a question about accounts. I guess they're for OfferUp and Let Go, Josh, on getting them active, getting them to stick, what to do if they get ghosted and all that good stuff. And, guys, I do have some experience with that because I've gotten phones banned. I've gotten probably, it's at least 6, somewhere between 6 and 8 OfferUp accounts bad. I've had a buddy of mine that we kind of worked together, and I've created and gotten him at least 10 different OfferUp accounts after they've gone bad. So I can definitely help and share some strategies. And to be honest, Josh, at the end, if you want to come on, because I know you've kind of done some stuff already, I can kind of tailor my answer to hopefully help you out and not give you stuff you've already done. So does that sound good to you guys? And, of course, if there's any other questions, guys, I'll answer them as well. Keithia, good to see you on here, Keithia. I think we got a couple mats that hop on. Mr. Carl Lewandowski, always good to see you guys. At the barbershop, going back to the office soon, sounds good. I see you always getting lined up every now and then, Josh, which is always good. So let's get right into it, if that's all right with you guys. It looks like Chris Kripe just left the gym, which is fantastic. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and let me share this screen real quick with you guys. Are there any other big questions that you want me to help answer or things you want me to address? One of the benefits of these next level group chats is, as you can see, there's 12 people. So if there are a couple questions out there, I can sometimes it's easier for me to spend 5, 10, 15 minutes answering a specific issue and helping you guys out. So if there's any other issues you guys have or questions you want me to answer, just feel free to let me know in the chat. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So let me see. All right, we're going to start this right here. How much would... Okay, let's get right into it. So I'm going to have you guys help me out and participate. It's kind of weird. It's like my face is zoomed. I don't know. So let's just go ahead and share this screen, guys. So what we're going to start off is doing a text combo breakdown. So before we dive into it, guys, I always say the same thing. When you get really negotiating through messaging, guys, it's a different language you have to learn, okay? I don't want to relate it to data. It's almost like talking to a girl, right? When you talk, it's almost like a different language, right? Or maybe talking to a guy. I don't know. It's like a different language you have to learn because selling and negotiating through messaging is different than over the phone, and it's different face-to-face. So you could even be, I had someone, he's not on this chat now, but he was the car sales manager for, I think it was 20 or 25 years. Now, you guys know, I guess let me quit sharing the screen for a second. So you guys know car salesmen, right? They got to know how to sell, okay? That's like you got to be good at selling in order to sell cars, and some of them aren't, but you got to be good at selling. This guy was a car sales manager so he managed all of them, right? So he's kind of like up there. It was like 20 or 25 years, and he bought Next Level, and we went through training on how to negotiate through messaging because negotiating through messaging is different than over the phone and face-to-face. Can anyone tell me, this is kind of an advanced question, can anyone let me know in the comments some differences between over the phone selling, negotiating face-to-face selling, and text negotiation? There's one big one I'm thinking of, but someone let me know in the comments. I talked about it in the script. Oh, hold up there, Jim. What's up there, Jim? Jim says attention span. You're absolutely right. So I want you to think about this. So let's say me and Jim are face-to-face. If we're face-to-face, guys, and let's say I'm a car salesman, okay, which I was for a few months. Jim, you come into my dealership. When we're face-to-face, Jim, and you're looking at me, Jim, or if you guys are looking at me, you're going to have a little bit you can mess up a little bit more. You're going to have a little bit more of their attention because they're looking right at you, right? And if you know, if you don't want to sound like an idiot in front of them. So if I'm talking to Jim and I'm asking questions, which I should be doing, and if I'm asking questions about what Jim wants, Jim is, everything else being the same, is going to be more likely to pay attention because I'm asking him questions, which is a common sales thing. But we're face-to-face. He's not, Netflix isn't playing over here. And Tinder matches aren't going off over here in the corner of his phone. And he's not waiting for the pizza guy to come knocking, right? You got more of his attention. The other thing is, when you're face-to-face, you can ask more aggressive, direct questions that might create a little tension between them. Sometimes face-to-face, you do need to ask some direct questions that can create tension or over the phone in order to break through limiting beliefs and bullshit in their head to get to the next part of the sale. It's harder to do that through messaging. If you ask a direct question that creates some tension through messaging, not only do they have time to stop and think about it because it's in front of them, they don't have to respond right away. Face-to-face, they have to respond. If it creates some tension, guys, what can they do? They could just stop responding to you, right? You guys agree with me? They could just. Has anyone here ever asked a question and it might have rubbed the lead in the wrong way? They just stop responding to you. Has that ever happened to anyone here? Face-to-face or over the phone, they're more invested, so they're more willing to answer. But through messaging, fuck you, they'll just leave, right? So we have to go about this the right way. There's the expression, walking on eggshells. That's kind of what we're doing here. We got to be nice. We got to lead them. We got to get right to the point. If they want too much for their phone, we got to try to persuade them to come down in price without pissing them off. We want to say, listen, you're kind of an idiot. Your phone's never going to get that much. You're never going to get that much for it. But if you say that to them, guys, what do you think is going to happen? You think they're going to keep responding, or you think they're going to be pissed off and just leave and not respond? They're going to get pissed off and just leave, right? Jim says it's all about it's all about them. It's all about the information they run. So Chris says I'm too direct. Absolutely. So what I try to do, guys, in the way the script's set up, of course, if there's an objection, the first thing I do, and you notice the script, is I try to not even address that they want too much. Because the moment I say, it's a little bit too much, or even if I ask a question, how long have you been looking to sell it? That creates a little tiny bit of tension sometimes. And sometimes going around and then just starting to throw benefits out there. Hey, I tell you what, it's a great phone. You wouldn't do $200 if I met you today with cash. You wouldn't do $200 if I drove to you today with cash. Would you sell it to me for a little bit less if I were to meet you today with cash? So I try to just get around that issue without creating that tension and just start to throw the benefits. And they might in their head know, all right, I've been trying to sell for a week. I'm probably not going to get $550 for it. But it just diffuses all that. Give me a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Cool. We got a 1 from Keithia. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Keithia, please correct me. I'm bad with names. But once I get names, I'm good. You can ask Carl Lewandowski. As soon as I got his name, got it in the back of my head forever. Keisha. Is that right, Keisha? I'm going to write it down if it is. All right, give me 1 sec. Key, so a hard E. Keisha, right? All right, Keisha. You come on these chats. I'm telling you, I'm going to start remembering these names. Okay, so through messaging, guys, it's a little bit different. We do have to be more direct. And like Dan says there's no rapport. So face-to-face, guys, Jim's going to come in. Hey, Jim, how are you doing? Oh, it's good to see you. Oh, I like your hair. That looks like, that looks just like hair like Justin Timberlake. Man, you like Justin? Oh, awesome. All right, come in here. Let's talk business. Guys, you do that through Messenger, they're going to stop responding. They don't care. So it's going to take, if you're not good at negotiating, it's going to take a little bit, but over time, you will get better. You see some of these people, they come on these group chats, they go through trainings for a few months, they get a really deep understanding of how text negotiation is supposed to be. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and dive right into it. I like to try to give a big picture overview because I don't want someone that's just hopping on that's been negotiating for 2 weeks that's getting frustrated. It's okay. There is going to be a little bit of a learning curve. So let's go through this message. Michael, are you on here? If you're not, we're going to go through it because it's good either way. But Michael, if you're on here, Michael, just let me know. Oh, my man Mike. What's going on, Mike? Me and Mike, we had a call about a week ago. All right, Mike, so let's break this down. So she says, hi, I am Kayla. Now, this is through LetGo, right? Just let me know, Mike, if this was, yep. Now, the reason I know this, guys, is LetGo, they automatically say, hi, I'm Kayla. So I'm going to ignore this. They automatically put pleasantries in the, they automatically put pleasantries. Let me go ahead and mute this because you guys are more important and I don't want to get distracted. They automatically put these pleasantries, but we know she didn't say this. She said, is this available? How much would you buy a cracked iPhone 8 Plus for? So, Mike, I don't really like the word cool, Mike. I don't like the word cool. Cool doesn't really flow with this. It doesn't really make sense. And one of the things we have to do is we have to communicate. We have to show them that we're a professional through the words that we say. Every word matters, and sometimes avoiding certain things and not saying stupid stuff matters too, because they're building a picture. They're going to say, hey, is this person legit or are they not legit? And by the way that we lead the interaction, by the questions that we ask, by how quickly we can appraise it, right? One of the issues some people do is a conversation is, let's say Kayla messages us, and she goes blah, blah. And Michael, I'm not saying you do this, Michael. I'm just giving this an example. If you guys look at the chat. Michael, 30 seconds later, blah, blah, right? Michael's over here following the script. Kayla, blah, 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 blah. Michael, 30 seconds later, blah, 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 blah. Kayla, blah, blah. And then 5 minutes goes by. Now, Michael, I know I'm using your name. I'm not picking on you. I'm just using you as an example, right? But Michael has to spend 5 minutes to appraising a phone, and then he says he sends the offer. That would, like, mess it up. Because what are they thinking if that happens? They're thinking either, A, this person's ignoring me, right? They don't know that you're having issues appraising it. This person's ignoring me. That pisses them off a little bit. That puts them in a bad mood. It also slows down the interaction. So we want to make sure the conversation is flowing smoothly. We're moving at a good process and saying everything. When she said, how much would you buy a cracked iPhone 8 Plus for? I would have said, if it was me, what company is it with? She would have said Sprint. Kayla would have said Sprint. And then I would have made the offer right then on the spot. I would have praised it as a cracked 8 Plus. Sometimes I'll say, can you still move throughout the phone even if it's cracked? But usually when they say cracked, it's, 95% of the time the LCD is good and there's no other, not all the time there's no other issues, but I'm balancing, should I keep the conversation going or should I appraise it off the information I know, make an offer, and then when I'm going to meet up with them, then I'll say, all right, there's no lines on the screen and you can still move throughout the phone, right? And they say yes, and then I kind of go from there. I want to be moving along as fast as possible. You still got to get the information, but when they say, oh, she says cracked. So I would have just said, whoop, let me rephrase that, guys. She said, cool, what company is it with? I would have said, guys, I would have not said cool. I would have just gone right into it. She didn't say like, hi, she didn't put this. She just got right to the point. How much would you buy a cracked iPhone 8 Plus for? I would have just said, what company is it with? She would have said Sprint. And I would have said, where is it cracked? And so let's write it out right here. Kayla, or us. So us. Where is it cracked? Her, just the screen, I'm just assuming. And then Michael, I would have said, can you still move throughout the phone even though it's cracked? This is also a tie-down question, right? And it's good to put this here because I've asked a couple questions before the offer. She would have probably said yes. And then offer. We would have made the offer right there. That's how I would have handled it. Cool is like, it's almost like you're kind of getting excited, Michael. It's kind of like you're saying, oh, cool, I'm glad you're reaching out to us. We're not glad they're reaching out to us, guys. This is business. We do this for a living. If you're, if you're in customer service and someone comes in and they're like, let's say you're working at Best Buy and someone comes in and they got a crack, their TV's messed up. You don't say, hey, I'm so excited. I'm glad you came. You're like, all right, let's deal with this, right? We don't have to get excited about the customer reaching out to us because this is business as usual. And if we get more excited than they get, it comes off bad, like we talked about on a Monday's group chat. It comes off like, I'm not saying you're doing this, Michael. I'm just making a point here. It comes off that we're more invested in the conversation than they are if we're reacting more emotionally than they are. Does that kind of make sense? Give me a 1 in the chat if all this makes sense. I know I'm kind of going, I'm hitting on a couple other issues. I'm hitting on a couple other issues that I've seen in other negotiating that I know is kind of common, and I'm trying to teach as we're going through this. So I would have just said, what company is it with? Okay. No need to say cool here, Michael. Now she says Sprint. Now, Michael, you're not going to lose the deal just on this, but it's just something a little bit to tweak in the future. Sprint, okay, cool. Even though it has a crack. Oh, I like that, Michael. Not bad at all, Mike. All right, Mike. I like that. Yes, everything is functional. Okay, cool. Even though, so we said, cool. What company is it with Sprint? Okay, cool. I would have just left out cool. Now, I like how you said this right here. Okay, cool. Even though it has a crack, can you still move throughout this? So I love that, Michael. Beautiful. I didn't even see that. I was just going on that one line. Yes, everything is functional. Okay. Let's say what they said yes. Awesome. I can give you 185 for it. No, thank you. All right, so what do I like about what Michael did? So what I like about what Michael did is, he asked a couple questions, right? So he got right into it. The cool's not really, just something to tweak. He asked this question. He has this question. He made an offer. He immediately started leading with questions. I like that, Michael. Very, very good. No, thank you. Oh, I like this. It's a great phone. How much were you looking to get for it? So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I don't know if I would have put the or not. Maybe I would have. It doesn't really hurt or benefit it either way, to be honest. It's a great phone. How much were you looking? So this is beautiful, right? So what do most people do? What does the amateur do? What does the amateur do when they get an objection? When they say no thank you? The amateur leaves. The amateur says, okay, no problem. If anything changes, just let me know. Us as selling professionals, we understand that the selling begins when the customer says no. Otherwise, you're just taking orders. So the customer says no, or the lead says no, the prospect says no. It's a great phone. How much were you looking to get for it, right? And this is perfect because in order for us to start negotiating, we got to get a dollar amount. We have to get them to commit to a figure, right? No need for us to say, right? The other thing the amateur does is the amateur doesn't follow the script. And the script is nothing magical. The script is just saying a lot of the right stuff in the right order. The other thing the amateur says, what does the amateur say? Well, you know it's a cracked screen. Let me pull this up right here. The other thing the amateur will do is they will get off topic and they'll get an outer space. So how do you get an outer space? Well, it's got a crack in it. Have you taken it to see how much it is to fix a crack? And then Kayla's going to say, no, not really. And then us, we would say, the bad rep would say, well, it's a lot. You should shop around. I'm just trying to give you an example. But you guys see how this gets in outer space. Now you're off track. Anytime you get off track from the phone and negotiating and talking about business, it's bad. You got to pull them back on track. This goes back to what we talked about last week with the straight line persuasion thing that your boy Goldstein borrowed from the one guy from what's that guy's name? Jordan Belfort. We're just going to stick right here. We got to move from step to step to step to step. So that's why this works so well. And even 200, even though it's cracked, it's still an A+, and the actual screen isn't cracked. Well, the screen protector isn't cracked. Hold up now. It's an even 200. Even though it's cracked, it's still an A+, and the actual screen isn't cracked. The screen protector is. I have pictures on my profile. So what I would have said here, Mike, so Mike, we got some good information here. The words I would have used, guys, how do salespeople lead? Sales professionals lead by doing something. Someone tell me in the chat what it is. I know some of you guys know this. A sales professional leads and controls the conversation by, what did my guy Chris say? Chris said by asking questions. Ryan says by questions. That's absolutely right. A sales conversation is different than a normal conversation. A sales professional, guys, their job is to control the conversation and lead the conversation by asking questions. So what I would have said right here, Michael, see, Michael, you said if it's just the screen protector, I could offer more. That's what I would say in a normal conversation. But because it is it's a sales conversation, I would want to control it a little bit and ask a question. Why is that? Because when you ask questions, it's easier for them to respond. I want to make them do as little work as possible, guys. These leads, they don't want to think. Yep, I would have asked a tie-down question, and we could go over tie-down questions if you guys would like. I would have asked a tie-down question, and I would have said, so if I take the screen protector off, the screen itself isn't cracked. So this is what I would have said. So Mike, you're doing a lot of stuff right, all right? I mean, this is pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. I ain't gonna lie. But you see how you see why wording this makes it a little bit smoother and it's just a little bit easier for them to respond instead of, what do you guys think? If it's just a screen protector, I could offer more, right? That doesn't really provide any value. What I want to do is I want to be certain that it's just the screen protector that's cracked, and then if it's just the screen protector and the phone's not cracked, I'm going to come back and offer another price. It just allows me to get the information I need to reappraise it and offer and then send another offer and stay in the sales process. Give me a 2 in the chat if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, guys, let me know. All right, I want to make sure that we're all kind of on the same page, all right? Hey, what's up, Evan? Good to see you on here, man. Chris? All right, Ryan, cool. 2 from Chris. So that's what I would have said. Now, again, guys, it's not, this isn't going to, Michael, this is like this one line isn't going to kill it. By asking a question in this form, it's just going to allow us to make it a little bit smoother and all these little details matter. Has anyone else here noticed that all these little small details matter? And it really is a difference between you getting like 1 out of every 40 phones and you getting like 1 out of every 10 leads, maybe even more. It's all these little things matter. So let's say what she says here. I have pictures on my profile. Oh, I see. It has a cracked back though, correct? Yes, I planned on, so this is what, a good way, and I could have brought this up earlier, guys. A good way to handle this is, and this is what I usually say. I didn't say it because I wanted to make the offer, but the best way to handle this, if we go back to the beginning of the negotiating, she goes, I got a phone, it's cracked. And I would have said, any other, this actually comes right from the script. I don't know why I got it. Any other problems besides it being cracked? This is what I would have said. Any other problems besides it being cracked? Because this is an open-ended question that allows them, what this does, guys, is this is the shortest way to get all the problems with it. She would have said, no, just cracked. And then I would have said, okay, is it just the screen that's cracked? So I like to make an offer as soon as possible. Sometimes, though, you do have to ask a few questions, and it would be best, guys, to ask a few questions and get the exact condition of the phone before kind of moving forward, right? So if I had to redo it, guys, I would have said it just like this, because this is what I always say. Any other problems besides it being cracked? No, just cracked. And you see how that question is worded in a way to where you're getting all the information. And then I said, okay, is it just the screen that's cracked? And then she would have said, no, the back is cracked, but the screen isn't cracked, just the screen protector. And then I would have said, okay, so So I'm going to let her know that when we meet up, I'm going to take the screen protector off so there's no cracks under the screen. Because if it is, it's better you tell me now. So if I take the screen protector off, there will be no cracks on the screen. And she would have probably said yes. Now someone might say, Aaron, what if there is cracks on the screen? Sometimes there are, sometimes there are not. She knows that I'm going to take the screen protector off and look at the phone, so if there is a crack, I'm going to see it. So most of the time they'll tell you now. If it is, then you get there and it's cracked, you just reappraise it right there. I would never ask them to peel the screen protector off just because it's like it's too much of a commitment. I just get the most information I can and I appraise it. Does that kind of make sense, guys? Give me some feedback. Just give me a yes in the chat if that makes sense, how we would go about doing that. You know, it's like some people, they'll try to get them to send them pictures of the phone. That's too much. You get the most information you can, and then when you get there, if you have to, you reappraise it. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it is what it is, and 10% of the time, you will have to appraise it. They peel off the screen protector, and there actually is crack, right? So sometimes that happens, and then I would reappraise it at that point. Sometimes it doesn't happen. I've met up with them, and they tell me it's just a screen protector, and it's been a fair amount of times I peel the screen protector off, and it's not a crack. Happens to me, says, I mean, yeah, it does happen to me as well. That's why I say, so if I take the screen protector off, there will be no cracks on the screen. I kind of let them know that I'm going to peel it off, because if it is cracked, you better tell me now so we don't waste each other's time. Is it just cracked back? All right. I like how you put this question mark, by the way. I like how you're following up with that. It's just a cracked back, correct? She says yes. So I like how you're following up with that. I might not have said, so let's see. Now we can reappraise it. I wouldn't have said here. I wouldn't have said here. You got some better information. Now it's time to make another offer. A good negotiating thing is like you make an offer, there's some issues, you make another offer, you get some more details, you make another offer. There's no need to say at this point. Now we just have to reappraise it because you're saying like you're pulling away, and she's saying you don't have to purchase it if you don't want to, right? I would have made another offer right here, Mike. So what we would say right here is, okay, great. As long as it's just the back that's cracked and the screen isn't cracked, I can give you probably offer, I didn't appraise it, but you could probably offer about I say you offer about $220 last time I checked on these, and you probably sell for about $380, to be honest with you. So I would have made another offer right here, and it doesn't really move forward. If they're really invested in the conversation, so here is when not talking or saying works. It works when they're really committed, and they have to be really committed, and they have to be like, they have to just be kind of being a tough ass, and almost allows you to pull back a little bit and get them to chase you. That's when it works really well. She's not that committed right now, so this doesn't work. So you see how Michael says you saw 375. No worries. So you see why making an offer now is like the better thing to do, Mike? So we'd want to make an offer right here. Cool, cool. She goes, you don't have to purchase it if you don't want to. See, all right, Mike, nothing is established here, so this is bad. This is bad because we should reappraise it and make another offer. So let's appraise it. You said 375, so we could offer 220. We could offer 250. Sell for 375. iPhone 8 Plus Sprint BAT ESN back. All right, you guys see where you guys remember on Monday we talked about how to appraise anything. So I know there's going to be something here. Now we might be able to recover this, Michael. Let's see. Product red, that's going to sell for a little bit more. Cracked front and back. iCloud, cracked back. What the hell? See, that seems kind of low to me. So we're going to have to open this up. Guys, we're going to have to do the diagnosis. Cracked back. Oh, damn, really? What the hell? Are you sure? That seems kind of low. No iCloud. The phone is bad ESN. Damn. Yeah, all right. Well, let's see if there's anything else to compare it to. All right. Well, see, this seems a little 375. Now let's find one more, because what do? We take 3 and we combine it. I don't know why this is so low. 380, because we're going to include the shipping. 360. So I'm going to be safe and say 360. I'm going to go ahead and offer 2. I'd go up to 240, but I'll offer 240. I'd offer 240. So what we got to do here, Mike, is we need to make another offer because nothing's established. So the right way to say this is, okay, great. As long as it's just the back that's cracked and the screen isn't cracked, I can give you 220. And then Kayla, hold on now, guys. Did I mess something up here? I messed up something here. Someone tell me what I messed up. Someone tell me I messed up something here because I'm going all over the place. Someone tell me I messed something up. I should not have said this. I should not have said this. What should I have said? Guys, remember in the other part of the conversation, she said she wanted $200 for the phone. Gaither says you done messed up. Oh boy, thanks Gaither, I appreciate it. So what we should have said is, okay, great. And you said you want $200 for it, right? And what would Kayla have said here, guys? Someone tell me what Kayla would have said. She told us she wanted $200 for the phone. So if I said, okay, great, and you said you want $200 for it, right? What would she would have said? She would have said, yes. And then Michael, being the sales professional negotiator he is, he would have said, okay, great. I can give you $200 for it. When would you like to meet up? And then we would have gone from there. That's what we should have done. This is the right way to do it. Because she said she wanted $200. So we're going to, I'll teach you here tie-down questions right now, Mike. So we asked this question, and we get her to confirm the price she wants. See, so here's the thing, Mike. All right, let's talk about tie-down. So we want to ask this question to get us back on track. We want to get it back on track and get her to confirm she wants $200. And then we're going to say, okay, great, I can give you $200 for it. When would you like to meet up? So we made the offer. She accepted the offer by answering yes to this question. We confirm we'll give her $200, and then we go to the next part of the 5-part process. We go for the meetup. You see how smooth this is, Mike? You see how this is smooth and there's no confusion here? That's what this is all about. It's all about being real smooth and having no confusion. See, you said, would you be able to meet at the McDonald's here today when I get off work? That's the right question, but we need to confirm the price. There's no need. She goes, I can't. I work today. Won't be home till tomorrow. Okay, if I drove to, see. So you see this, Mike? So we're going to go ahead and ignore this. Back to work. Peace, everyone. All right, Gaither, good to see you on here, man. Misread it, says Michael. No worries at all. But, and then, so if we keep moving forward, normally out, but my job works town. I drove to you wouldn't do it like myself so I could reach you. So I like how you got her down in price, but it's kind of like we want to say the least amount of words as possible. But my job works out. So next time, Michael, let's just be smooth like this, and then we'll kind of go from there, all right? Now let's talk about tie-down questions. So tie-down questions, who here doesn't know what a tie-down question is? Give me a 1 if you know what a tie-down question is. Give me a 2 if you don't know what a tie-down question is. Sounds good, We is one of the top people here in the group. We does about $20,000, $30,000 a month. He did $23,000 last month, $32,000 last month, $32,000 the month before. Hold up now, Keithia. You know what a tie-down question is? Oh, she's over there learning. All right. Dang, Jim knows what a tie-down question is? Shit, you guys are on it. Okay, so a tie-down question. A tie-down question is a question written in a way that makes the answer that demands a yes. Okay. So, and Mike, that's cool. We're going to go over it because we haven't gone over this in a while. Hey, what's up, Sean? So, all sales let me tell you guys a story, all right? All sales professionals use tie-down questions because sales professionals know that you have to be leading the conversation, and every now and then it's good to get someone to say yes. So when I was selling cars, there's this stuff, psychology. You guys notice that this negotiating stuff, a lot of it is psychology. So, oh boy, Rico's over there using tie-down questions on me. Oh boy, he's got it right. So when I was selling cars, the car salesman says, Aaron, you want the person to say yes 24 times before you make an offer. Because if they say yes here and yes there, they're more likely to say yes when you ask the final question, which is, do you want to buy my car? Okay. So let me tell you guys a story, right? So I'm in Vegas with my boy Mike. and we're walking on the strip, okay? And on the strip, people try to sell you stuff. So we're walking, and this one guy goes, hey, come over here for a second. So he's kind of being direct and telling us what to do and leading the interaction. I'm like, This guy's good. He goes, go over here. Come over here. He goes, so what I have right here is a party bus subscription where you basically go to a bunch of clubs on a party bus for a one set price. He goes, so, this is so funny. He goes, so the party bus picks you up at 10 o'clock, and it picks you up from this part. And on the party bus, we give you a bottle to drink. You guys like drinking alcohol, right? That's literally what he said. Now, think about the way that was worded. You guys like drinking alcohol, right? That was worded to make us say yes, because we're in Vegas. Most people like to drink. Jim says one, right? And we're like, yeah. And he goes, okay, great. So we start off here, and then we go over here. And then we go over here, and then finally we end up at the biggest club ever. Now, my buddy Mike, he doesn't want to talk to this guy, right? So my buddy, he's kind of, he doesn't want to talk to it. The salesperson looks at Mike, and he says, now, you live here in Vegas. You've heard of this club, haven't you? And my buddy goes, yes, I have. I swear to God, that's exactly what he did. And then he goes down, the rest of the pitch. Next time you're dealing with salespeople, listen to the way they talk. Go to the car salesman, go somewhere, furniture, real estate, insurance, listen to the way they talk. They will be using tie-down questions. Tie-down questions allow you to control the conversation, move it forward, and get yes. Sometimes, guys, when you're negotiating, the conversation just gets stale. Excuse me. Sometimes the sales conversation just gets stale, and you will feel that you want to throw a question out there and get them to say yes before you move forward. Sometimes the main part that I'll do it with is if I've made an offer, they say no, I have to talk to them maybe 5 or 10 messages back and forth. I got to get the condition right. Maybe it's almost like the one you gave me, Michael. The one that we just looked at that Michael had was kind of a tough one. You'd have to ask a bunch of questions. You'd have to get, it's the back that's cracked, and the screen's not cracked, and the LCD's fine, and all that good stuff, right? Then at the end of that, I would say, okay, cool. And you said you're looking to get $200 for it, right? That's worded in a way to make them say yes. And then she would say yes, and then I'd make an offer. Okay, cool, we can go from there. Sometimes, guys, I also use it if sometimes I'm having a negotiating that goes for a couple days, and just to bring them back on track, it's good to use tie-down questions. So let's go ahead and draw out a few, and then I'm going to have you guys give me some. So a tie-down question makes them say yes. So you were looking to get $200 for it, right? So this right here, this word right here makes them kind of say yes. I mean, it doesn't, they could say no, but it makes it say yes. The other thing I'll use it for is if I lowball them. So let me show you a way that you could fix this. So have you, let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever had a customer have you guys ever had a lead say how much they wanted for a phone? You accepted it. They're like, hey, I got this iPhone X, and I'm looking to get $300 for it. And you're like, okay, great, no problem. I can meet up with you for $300. So it's either you reach out, you accept the offer too excitedly, and then they come back and they're like, actually, I need $350 for it. Give me a 1 in the chat if that's ever happened. You made the offer. It'll piss you off. You'll know if it happened because it pisses you off. You make the offer. They accept the offer, and then they say, actually, you know what? I need more money for it. Actually, instead of $300, I need $350 for it. Does that ever happen to anyone here? Maybe it hasn't. It's happened to me a bunch of times. Maybe. I got a 1 from Jim. Okay. The reason that happens is because you accepted the offer too fast. So sometimes, guys, like I'll see someone, I do the reach out method, and they'll post OfferUp, iPhone X Sprint, $300, mint condition, no locks, no low balls, right? If I reach out to them, guys, so this is me, I reach out to them. Hey, I can give you $300 right now. Where can you meet? And the prospect comes back, and you know what the prospect says? Actually, I need $360 for it. The right way to do this is by using tie-down questions and slowing down the interaction Vary so slightly. So I would say, hey, is the phone still for sale? Customer says, yes. Me. Okay, great. There's no physical damage and no physical damage, right? Customer, correct. Me. And we can factory reset it when I get there. Customer, yes. Me. And you're looking to get 300, right? Customer, yes. Me. Okay, great. I can give you 300. When would you like to meet? So, guys, I gave you two examples. In example 1 or example 2, when are they more likely to raise the price? Are they more likely to raise it as soon as you get all excited and accept the offer? Or, well, I guess that would be it. I actually wait. That's when they're more likely to accept the. That's when they're more likely to raise the price. If you ask them a couple questions, like you're digging and you're not sure, and then you accept the offer, they get the feeling that, oh, this guy is, I don't think I'm going to be able to get more from him. You guys see that? That's a very good time to use tie-down questions. So tie-down questions. Anything, so let's talk about endings you can put at the end of tie-down. You were looking to get 200 for it, right? It's, it's a great phone. Isn't it? Isn't it is another one. Sounds good is another one. Wouldn't you agree? What's another one, guys? Someone let me know what another ending we could use in tie-down questions. We could use sounds good. Wouldn't you agree? Isn't it? Fair enough. That's another thing we could use. Okay, fine. I'll meet you with $300 cash. I'll give you $300 for your phone. Fair enough? And they say yes. Is that correct? Absolutely. So what we do is we put these at the end of things and they get someone to say yes. If you're going to say sounds good, they're going to say yes. Wouldn't you agree? Now this might be better on the phone. I totally understand it's a great phone, but the new iPhone, I totally understand the Note 8 is a great phone, but the Note 9 is dropping next month, and that's going to lower the value of the Note 8. That's why I got to pay a little less. Makes sense? Boom. So I would like everyone here to write a tie-down question in the chat. Give me a tie-down question in the chat. It could be for anything, and related to phone flipping. Kind of related to phone flipping, and you can. Just kind of make up a scenario in your head and write a question in a way to where I'm going to have to say yes. Sounds good. Fair enough. Let's see. Okay. So you said, I use all those examples, says Dan. Ryan says, is it possible to make 50,000? It's possible to make 50,000 flipping phones. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, I would. So you said we can, so you said you can meet me when you get off work, right? That's one right there. I can meet you at 6 p.m. Sounds good. Ryan, beautiful. Absolutely. Rico, beautiful. Absolutely. So these are tie-down questions. Now that you're aware of it, just start using it. It'll take about a month or two, but in about a month or two, you'll develop a sixth sense of when to use it. You'll kind of just be aware of it now and just start using it. There's no right or wrong reason to use it. But after about a month of using it, month and a half of using it, you will get a feeling in your gut of when you should use the tie-down questions. Has that ever happened to anyone here? Like maybe I taught you tie-down questions and you started using them, and now you just kind of get a feeling in your gut of when the right time to use tie-down questions are when you're negotiating. Chris says yes, LOL. And I saw it happen to Chris. Chris was throwing it in there every now and then. It's just something you develop. It's a beautiful thing. So Michael and anyone else watching this, I got a yes from Ryan too. Awesome. Try it out, understand it, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, Michael. I used them on my mom to get me Taco Bell. Oh, dang, Chris is over there. We all know Chris is a little evil, though. So was that helpful to you guys, this text negotiation? I actually went a little bit more all over the place than usually I do, to be honest with you. Usually it's, I would have asked those questions up front to begin with. I was just trying not to. So I would almost say that I messed up a couple parts of it, but overall it was still solid value. All right, got a yes from Keithia, a yes from Diana, a yes from Michael. Awesome. Now the next part is, all right, so Chris talked about getting ads to stick. Give me one sec, guys. How much do you want? $5.50 each. I just want to see if this guy's meaning me or what the heck. I'm gonna have to do. All right, cool. So I actually don't have to end it right now. Okay. All right, guys. So, all right. So Chris. Okay. So Chris had a question about Craigslist ads. Now, Chris's question was, how do I get my VA to get the ads to stick, right, on Craigslist? Okay, guys, so here, whoop, okay. Get a different VA, says Rico. That is the answer. So here's the thing. There's two different types. This is business right here. So we're going to transition and talk about business. In business, there's two types of different people you hire. The first type of person is you hire as an employee and you expect to train them a little bit. So when I got hired for AT&T, guys, I knew nothing about nothing, except I knew how to sell. That's why I was making 2 to 3 times as much as everyone else that was working in the store and in all the other stores. But I didn't know anything about the products. They knew that, so they took me through a training class. They put me through the training class, blah, 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 blah. I learned it. That's one type of person you hire. A business will hire one person, and then they train them because they know they don't know everything, and they know they got to train them. And usually in situations like that, right, you know, like if let's see, who could I pick on here? Who could I pick on here? Let me see, guys, I need to pick on someone real quick. So let me see. So like, let's say Dan is a dentist. I just know because Dan has nice teeth, all right? It just comes from my head, okay. So let's say Dan's a dentist. And Dan is going to hire me to be the office manager, to do some paperwork and some ground level stuff. And I say, hey, Dan, listen, I don't know anything about this, but if you teach me how to do it and how your office works, I'll do it. And Dan's like, okay, so Dan spends a day teaching me all the stuff, right? That's the first employee. The second type of person you hire is someone that already knows what they're doing. So if Dan's a dentist, I don't know if Dan's a dentist or not, okay. But if Dan's a dentist, and I go to Dan to get my teeth cleaned, I actually got my teeth cleaned today, so I go to Dan to get my teeth cleaned, and Dan sits me down in the chair, and Dan's like, damn, look at that. You got a hole in your tooth. You got a cavity. How should I fix that? Am I going to train Dan on how to fix my teeth, or I'm going to get pissed off and find another dentist? What do you think is going to happen? Well, shit, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I... Different dentist, says Michael. Absolutely. Because certain people you hire and you train, other people already come trained. Dan says, not me. Well, we like Dan because Dan's friendly and everything. So, but the average dentist, we're going to fire and find another dentist. Because some people, you hire them, and you're hiring them assuming that they have a certain skill set. If you hire a VA, especially to post ads for you on Craigslist, there needs to be a conversation that happens that says, hey, this is how it needs to be. I actually have a video that breaks this down in next level, but we're going to talk about it right here. So the conversation needs to be, you have to tell them what you expect before you hire them. You have to say, hey, now this is not going to be exactly how the conversation is, but it'd be something along the lines of this. Hey, I see you say you can post ads on Craigslist. And they would say yes. And I'd say, okay, great. I need 14 ads a day posted on Craigslist. I need them all to stick and not get ghosted. Can you do that? Do that. And they're going to say yes. Okay? You're going to say, okay, great. I'll hire you. Okay, great. Okay, great. I would usually say, can you get started tomorrow? And he would say yes. Okay? And I'd say, okay, great. I'm going to, and then, whenever you hire someone, you must set the expectations of what you expect from them before you hire them. If you don't set the expectations, guys, can you get pissed off at them if they don't deliver? You guys let me know. Now, Chris, I'm just making this a general thing that anyone can use the benefit. If I don't tell you what I expect from you and I hire you, can I get pissed off if you don't do the work? Or if you do it in a way I don't like? Maybe you do the work, but I do it in a way I don't like. I can't get pissed off. I didn't tell you what I expect. But if I tell you guys that I expect you to post 14 ads a day on Craigslist, I expect them all to stick and not get ghosted. I expect daily that you're going to send me an email daily with all the ads you posted so I can see them, and you said, yes, you'll do it. Then if I hire you and you don't do it, I can say, hold on now, player. You told me you could do it. Now you can't. What's going on? You guys see that? You have to set the expectation from the beginning. Now, if you set the expectation and they can post it and they stick and they don't stick, then the conversation, then you get to use what you originally agreed to. Hey, man, you told me you could get them to stick. Is this going to be an issue? I can't train someone. I hired you expecting you. I hired Dan expecting Dan to be able to work on my teeth. I hired you expecting you to be able to post ads. If this isn't going to work out, I'm going to have to find someone else. Does that kind of make sense? Chris said he never said he could. He is in this group, so I figured he could, LOL. Not sure what's going on. Oh, well, Chris, I can't help you out there, man. I can't really help you out with that. Now, what I can tell you, what I did is when I was doing my own ads, and I was getting 8 to 10 ads a day up, and I was getting them to stick, I had 22 Craigslist accounts. I wouldn't post more than 2 new ads a day per Craigslist account. And I'd mix it up. So I'd post in the morning, I would get on one account, I'd post 2 ads or renew it, same thing. I just wanted it at the top. Then I'd get on another account, post 2 more ads. I'd wait 6 hours. I'd get home. I'd get on a third account, post 2 more ads. Maybe I'd get on account number 17 and post 2 new ads. That's what I did to make it work. I know some of these guys, they know how to do proxies. No, I don't even know how to do it. I just want to hire someone that knows how to do it, if that makes sense, Chris. So I don't know how to teach someone to do it. I will also tell you, too, if you're thinking about hiring a VA, how many VAs do you think you should hire? If you're going to hire a VA, guys, I got a number because I've done this for a while. How many VAs are good to hire, you think? Oh, hey, my man Josh. Yeah, right, Josh Rico, right? Absolutely, you hire 3. I notice whenever I'm hiring, I've been doing this for a while, guys. So I notice just over time, whenever I'm hiring someone for any type of work on OfferUp, unless it's like one time I hired a legal assistant to get a business license that I never even used. But if I'm hiring someone to post ads or something that I'm going to pay, $3, $4, $5 to one of these techie guys, if it's cheap, I usually hire 3 people at once. I hire 3 people, and usually one of them bullshits. One of them tries to get more money out of me. This is kind of the numbers. One of them doesn't do the work. One of them does the work. So I always hire 3. So I don't say you got to hire 3, but that's kind of noticeable. I want to get someone real good real quick. That's what I'll do, and I'll spend the money, and I'll blow the money on hiring the other 2 for a project. Not a big project, but $20, $30, $40 project, right? You could almost, if you went to OfferUp and you were hiring your own people, you can almost say, all right, we're going to do a test run. I'm going to hire you for 3 days, and as long as you get your ads to post for 3 days, then I'll hire you long term. You give them $30 for the 3 days. You hire 3 people. That way you're not out a lot of money, right? And that way you can see real quickly, you'll see one of the 3 is going to be superior, then you go with them. Can you recommend any VAs for OfferUp? The VAs do have a way to hack into it. I was having Bilal do it for a little bit, and he was posting ads in my area, and they were sticking, and it was kind of nice. You would just hire it just like a standard person. So you would just go to Upwork. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I've been kind of lazy with it. I need to find someone to do all my ad posting. I need to find someone to do all the ad posting, pay him $120 a week, and just be done with it. They can do it too. He is getting my ads to stick for everything else. Oh, Bilal is? Chris says he is getting my ads to stick for everything else, not Craigslist. Huh, because if that's the case, I might have to. No, he is in the group. Oh, okay. Well, shit. I mean, if that works, that works. That's fantastic. Can you recommend any VAs for OfferUp? Dan, I can't just because I don't use any VAs for OfferUp. I do it myself. It would be nice to outsource it, but to post an ad on OfferUp and let go takes 2 seconds. But it would be nice, right? It would be nice to every day wake up and just have the ad, not even deal with it. Just wake up and negotiate. Is their Facebook account still working for anybody, like buying Facebook marketplaces? Well, of course, Josh, renting accounts is always going to be a good thing. There's no issues with renting accounts. I haven't heard of anyone that has issues buying accounts from the guy that I kind of recommend and I've used. I have 2 accounts ghosted on OfferUp on 2 different phones. So let's talk about that. Are you using him still, says Rico? I haven't bought an account from him in like a couple months, but when I did, there weren't any issues. I know Austin. Austin sent me a message, the guy that runs David Costco stores, about how he bought an account from him like a month ago, and he was about to buy another account from him. The worst case is you're going to lose $40, right? But I haven't seen any issues. And if you reach out to him, if he's still selling them, I wouldn't see any issues with that at all. And then let's talk about OfferUp. So Josh, would you just want to unmute yourself and kind of tell me what's going on? We could just have a conversation, see if we could get it fixed.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So yeah, what happened was I think my original account got blocked. It won't let me post anything. It's like try and connect it to the internet. So I used my wife's. She created an account on her iPad through her Facebook. She verified her phone number and everything. I downloaded the Parallel Space app. I have even a dummy phone that I use that I bought from Walmart, Verizon, little LG phone. And I downloaded the app. I posted it, and it got 76 views. So, all right. But I didn't warm it up or anything like that. I hadn't respond to anybody, like you said, or anything like that. So I just wanted to post the ad. So I started posting again and again, and no views, no more views for the other ads. Like I didn't get any views, as you can see in the group chat.
So it sounds like, well, I just pushed this guy back so we can hang out for a second. So it sounds like, okay, so that means the account got ghosted then, and I've seen that happen before. When the account got views, we know it wasn't ghosted, but as soon as you posted some ads and they didn't respond, it didn't get any views, that means the account got ghosted.
Yeah.
And that sucks because it just happened right away on a new account, right?
This is a new account. She's like, everything is verified. Join TrueU. I think that's the ID thing. It says verify official ID. I haven't done that yet, but do I need that or?
Is it asking for that to like post something or respond to any messages?
No. Can I? Let me show you.
Yeah, please.
Can you see me?
Let's see.
Under Rico.
Yeah, verify. Is it making you do that? Verify official ID?
I'm not sure if it's making me do it, but yeah. But go ahead.
That's on the one that's ghosted, right?
Yes, this is the one that's ghosted. I believe so. And this is. Let me show you the offers I have. For example, the first one we talked about that has 76 views, right? And hold on. And all these other ones have no views.
So yeah, it was ghosted. Good titles. So as soon as an account gets ghosted, we got to get a new account.
Okay.
So what I would do, and sometimes so you guys probably hear me talk about that the guy that kind of gets phones for me, that we kind of work together. I've created a bunch of accounts for him just to get him going, and sometimes the accounts it's the same thing. It'll be weird. It gets ghosted in a day. So what I would do is on that dummy phone you got, I would on the dummy phone uninstall and then reinstall OfferUp, and then make a new Gmail on OfferUp. And then instead of confirming OfferUp through Facebook, you'll be able to confirm it through the Gmail. Same trick.
Okay, so let me see if I get that. I'm going to reinstall uninstall, offerup, reinstall it, and then where do I go for the Gmail? The mail.com, you said, something like that?
Yeah.
Or
So,
gmail.com?
yeah, just go to gmail.com and create a brand new Gmail account.
Okay. And how would that work? Like, I won't have to verify phone numbers or anything like that, or?
Shit, let me think.
Because I remember you mentioned something about like opening up through parallel space. I think I have that whole step-by-step, like all jacked up. So, I mean, and this is a dummy phone, so I don't think they would ban the phone like this fast, would they? I don't know.
No, they might, but they shouldn't. Usually you got to get like 4 or 5 OfferUp accounts banned at minimum before they ban a phone. I wouldn't be worried about that. So what we'll do is, let me just write it out, and then I can just put it in the group chat, of course. So we're going to uninstall and reinstall OfferUp on the dummy phone.
Mm-hmm.
Then create new Gmail account on dummy phone. Then create account on OfferUp, and instead of signing in and verifying it with Facebook, verify/sign in with Gmail.
And it'll let you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Then as soon as you do that, I recommend making one warm-up ad. One warm-up ad, and then I always do this. I message 4 people.
Okay.
And say, is this item available? And I wait till I get messages back, and I wait till I get at least like minimum 5 views on the warm-up ad before I post an ad, because that will show me that it's not ghosted at that point. It's warmed up. Sometimes, like, you know, I've never seen it happen. I'm not saying it won't, but maybe, you know, maybe they want you to confirm it with a phone number, or maybe they want you to upload the true ID. I've never seen them do it. I've seen them a couple times where you got to do a phone number. I've never seen it with a true ID when you sign in with Gmail. But this shows me that it's warmed up. People are responding, and then at that point, I'll post an ad.
Okay. All right, so I'm doing that now.
Okay. Let me post this in the thing. Whenever I have an issue with one of the apps, I always just uninstall it and reinstall it and just create another one.
Even Facebook Marketplace?
Facebook Marketplace is the tough one. Right, you know, that's when I got to rent an account or get it from the one guy, so that's why, like Facebook, I'll nurture it a little bit more. I'll do more warm-up ads. OfferUp and Letgo, I just kind of hit it hard. But, you know, Facebook's a little bit trickier because, you know, you just
new app. It says buy, sell offers. It's called Near Me. I wanted to know if anybody has experience with that one. It's like, it looks like a Letgo or an OfferUp. It's called Near Me. Has anybody experience with that? I'm about to test it out.
Man, I haven't. Have you guys, anyone here tried that out? Near Me. I might have to try that out, though, if it sounds good. Near Me. Got a no from Jim. I haven't from Dan. Cool. All right, guys. So does this kind of help out, Josh? Like, I know this stuff is kind of tricky, but it's kind of just kind of getting a feel for everything.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, cool. Guys, give me ones. Oh, go ahead, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, no worries. All right, guys. Okay, guys. Are you using messages for more as description? Let us know how it goes, Josh. Are you using message for more info? That's what I'm doing. And but you know, I always switch it up, Dan. So it's message me if interested, message me for info, message me message me for a QUOTE. I do like that. OfferUp, guys, I've been putting just message me in mine, and I haven't had any issues. Let Go, I get more ads ghosted on Let Go than OfferUp, so Let Go sometimes I just post the image and nothing else. You're welcome. What other questions do you guys got for me? I got to get going here in about 34 minutes, but I want to hang out with you guys. Is everything else going good? Sean, I see you on here. Sean, Matt, Carl, any other questions you guys got for me, Matt? All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and end the chat. Was this helpful to you guys? Give me a 2 if this was helpful. Let me ask you guys a question. Tell me the number one thing you learned from this chat that you're going to apply to your business to take your business to the next level. The number one thing, because we know that information alone ain't going to get you rich. But better information applied, that is where the money comes in. So let me know in the chat. I want to know the number one thing you took away. It could be something silly. It could be something like, Aaron, I know I need to, I don't know what it is. I need to wax my eyebrows like you to pick up phones, whatever it is. Tie-down question, says Keith. Yeah, fantastic. Walgreens. Use tie-down questions on my mom, says Ryan. The OfferUp step should help a lot. Awesome, Dan. Fantastic. All right, cool. Definitely need but that's what I need, Chris. All right, guys, so that's what I got for you guys. Guys, I say it before I say it every time. The whole world's negative. That whole world wants you to lose. I want you to win. Anytime you guys get a phone, anytime you win with text negotiating, if you use a tie-down question and it works, whatever it is, the smallest victories, post them in next level. Let us celebrate your success. Not only is it good because, it makes you feel good, it also motivates others because you're leading by example. So if you're out there getting a couple phones or one phone, whatever it is, or you're getting the ads to stick, or you're using the super-duper disguised titles, it motivates others. It even motivates me. Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys ever kind of lazy? Maybe you're like, I don't want to do this. And then you see people posting, and it kind of motivates you to get off your butt and do more work? Let me know in the comments if that ever happens to you. Got a yes from Diana, yes from Dan. I know it does for Chris because Chris is competitive. Definitely. Oh, Dan, baby Dan's a little competitive. Yes from Ryan. Awesome. So whenever you post that stuff, guys, not only is it kind of inspiring to others, it just kind of feels good. It's a win-win-win. So anytime you guys have a success, feel free to post it in the next level so we can celebrate your guys' success. That's what I got for you guys. We went a little bit longer, but I wanted to answer your question. I know Josh was having issues, so I definitely wanted to try to put a game plan together for Josh. It was great hanging out with you guys. Let's go out there and kick butt. This business is beautiful, guys. No other business is like the phone flipping business. There's no other business where you can put up some ads today, respond to leads, get phones today, flip them, and make money right away. Other businesses, you got to build a team. You got to learn a skill set that takes 2 to 3 years. Guys, this is a beautiful business. Let's take advantage of it and make as much money as we can. Does that sound good to you guys? Give me a 1 in the chat if you're down to just flip a bunch of phones and make a lot of money and live a great life. Oh, I got a bunch from Dan. All right. Okay, got it up, says Chris. All right. Hey, Rico's on top of it. 1 from Dan, 1 from Keithia, all for up. Awesome. Let us know how it goes. 1 from Jen, 1 from Ryan. Awesome, guys. It was great.